Hello friends, my name's James. And this is my 1965 Aalborg 30 sloop SV Tritea. I have been slowly sailing solo around the world since leaving Los Angeles in 2021. This is Rhonda, a Kiwi sailor who moved aboard full-time once I reached Sydney. Join us as we explore the east coast of Australia and see as many wild places and wild animals as possible.
Just down in here.
Oh, wow. As we make our way up to Southeast Asia. We departed Hamaki Island and made way for Great Keppel Island. Huh.
Whoa.
Or is it a cuttlefish? It's a cuttlefish.
It's a cuttlefish.
Whoa.
Oh my god, that's what they look like.
Whoa.
Holy shit, that's so cool.
Whoa.
He's coming up.
Oh my gosh. How cool.
Wow.
I wish he would change colors. He's coming to check out the boat. Maybe he's getting in our shadow or something. Whoa.
He's so cool.
He's very big too.
Look at his eyes. Oh my gosh, they're not what I thought they would look like. Doesn't even look real. Oh my god.
Wait till he starts getting psychedelic on us.
Holy shit, that's cool.
He's right there.
Oh.
Wow. Good morning from Leeks Anchorage here on Great Keppel Island. We moved over here yesterday morning. After the winds started coming up over at Fisherman, which is where we had anchored the first night. Kind of stormy yesterday. So we moved first thing in the morning when the wind started to increase. And we're able to get in tight over here. And it was very well protected from the winds that happened last night. Little bit rolly, but not too bad. Just after dark, it was very rolly. So I put out the drogue with the dinghy anchor attached to the bottom of it as a roll stabilizer, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. I used that setup in the Tuamotus at Rangiroa when we had like a week's worth of Maramu winds. It's not as efficient as a rocker stopper, but it definitely helped dampen the roll some. I had a proper rocker stopper that I lost in Hawaii, but for the most part, I've been in anchorages where it was not necessary. We don't deal with a lot of rolly anchorages. I think we're going to have a little bit more of this as we move up the Australian coast, because they're a little bit more exposed to the sea and the swell. It's beautiful out, gorgeous clear skies, and we're going to head over and check out a snorkel spot, and thought we'd take you guys with us. This side of the island is totally different than the other two sides that we've been on. Really cool rock formations. And looks like this might be a cool little reef to swim on. Pretty well protected. Only a little bit of breeze, so should be cool. Looking forward to it. The water is very, very chilly. So we'll see how long we last. And there's like a jet ski flying around, which makes me very nervous about my safety. So we shall see. But what is the name of this place?
Butterfish.
Butterfish Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you found on some snorkel map?
Yeah, on the little map of the island. We'll sort of start through the reef just out here.
Awesome. So let's go see what's down there. Ooh, okay, back to... Start. Hair and makeup. Okay, back on Traitea. Very chilly water. Sad state of coral here. Probably 90% of the coral was dead. We did a snorkel, I don't know, a couple days ago on the other side of the island. It was the same thing.
Monkey Bay.
Yeah, it was like all the staghorn coral was dead and there was like algae growing on top of it. Super sad. The soft coral seemed to be doing pretty good, and we saw a fair amount of fish.
Yeah, it was a decent amount of fish.
But we saw some cool stuff. Rhonda spotted some serious stuff today. What'd you see?
A couple of stingrays with like, what color were their spots?
They're like blue spots.
Like bluey kind of purpley spots on them. They're really cool. The stingrays
Beautiful.
are probably just little-ish.
Yeah.
But then their tail was like yay.
They were kind of hiding under rocks and coral.
Yeah. And another really decent sized, I think the wobblegong or something like that.
Yeah,
shark.
I think it's a wobblegong is the name of it.
Yeah, we saw one at Nelson Bay. It was the first one we'd seen. Have
This
we
one was
seen
pretty
another
big,
one?
eh? Like that?
Yeah, he was awesome. He was like...
Yeah, and he wasn't
They're
scared.
kind of flat, aren't they? They're quite
Yeah.
strange. They remind me of like a Plecostomus, but on a larger scale. But yeah, he was pretty girthy.
Yeah.
And quite long. So yeah, cause.
And I think there's two different kinds. I think there's the frilled wobblegong, and then there's the plain one.
Was that the plain one?
I think that was the frilled one. He was pretty
was
fancy.
he? He was fancy.
We'll look at we'll try to figure out the proper name and put on the screen right now.
He had cool markings on him. That's for
Really
sure.
cool. And he wasn't timid at all. I swam down, checked him out. He was chill. Really neat. Other than that, some of the usual suspects.
You saw a cute boxfish.
Yeah, we saw a good boxfish.
Yeah.
We swam around, checked out the canyons and the caves and stuff. It was the viz wasn't great on that side. But I'm glad we went over there, but it is sad to see the coral. It seems like the coral all around this island is just done for. Super sad. And you could see evidence of like new bleaching. Very sad.
Is that the really like chalky, bright white,
That's
fluorescent
exactly
white?
it. That's when it's bleaching. It's like expelling the algae from that surrounds the polyps. And when they do that, then they starve to death and die. It's super sad.
Yeah.
So, but happy that we went underwater. We're grateful for what we did get to see. And now we're going to have some American style tuna fish, canned tuna fish, and crackers. And some Bundaberg ginger beer. Best ginger beer in the world. And try to warm up. Continuing north, we pushed on from Great Keppel Island to Pearl Bay. When you're covering the amount of miles that we're covering this season, sometimes you sail into stunningly beautiful anchorages that you'd love to linger at for a week. Unfortunately, we only got one night here at Pearl Bay, but we couldn't believe how beautiful it was. The next morning at first light, we hauled up and headed off for Supply Bay anchorage. So we just went into that anchorage Got in there, it was very exposed. There was a giant sign on the beach, like massive sign that said danger, bombing range. We had seen on Navionics that you had to check to see if there were military practice and drills happening there, but it was kind of shocking to see that giant danger bombing range sign right on at the anchorage. We didn't like how exposed it was. The wind's kind of coming up and scheduled or forecasted to come up more. So we cleared out, and now we're heading to, what's the name of this island? Hexham Island. Looks like it has really good protection from the wind. We're gonna spend 2 days there, I think, because the wind's gonna be blowing 20 knots tomorrow, and there's just no need for us to be out in that. And then our next little sail will be to South Piercy Island, which is only 20 miles away from there. So we're heading to this. Pretty feisty seas right now. The wind's coming up, and we're just trying to get tucked into the anchorage and yeah, get settled up for the night. We have 9 miles to go, so it was only like 13 miles from that other anchorage, which is nice about this area, that there's so many spots that you can hop to quickly. So we lucked out on that front. So we're just gonna keep pushing and try to get into the anchorage. What's our depth?
30 feet.
What's our depth?
24.
All right, back us down. Trying to take us that way. What do you think?
Very cool.
Cool
Definitely
spot, huh?
a way better spot than
Than that first spot we tried.
definitely.
Really neat rocks.
Yeah, at least we've got some cool shit to look at.
What'd we end up dropping in?
16 feet.
Nice. We have 4-scope out. Big tidal swing, but it's only going to go up 4 feet from this current tide. Today was one of those lumpy, annoying passage days that happens.
We've been spoiled, though.
We've been spoiled. We thought we were doing 22 miles today. We ended up doing, I guess, like 35 or something. Puts us closer to where we want to be anyway. Like South Piercy Island is like on the horizon. That's where we're going in a couple days. There's going to be some big winds tomorrow. So I think we're going to hang out here. Looks like we need to put out the roll stabilizer. But other than that, Seems like a good spot, well protected.
It's very pretty.
Go ashore to the beach and stuff, check it out. And yeah, now it's time to sit anchor watch. If you enjoy the content on this channel and would like to contribute, you can consider joining the Patreon crew. Thanks for watching. Fair winds until next time.